Dear Recruiters, here your life applications officer. I have a question for you, and I want you to get into the comment section and answer my question. I'm talking to Christians. I want to know where you stand in this debate. I want to know where you stand in this war. Now, Romans, the first chapter, says that because when they knew God, they glorified him not as God, but served the creature rather than the creator. Romans, the first chapter. Read it if you don't know what I'm talking about. So he gave them over to a debased mind, to be reprobate and futile. And in their futile thoughts, the women gave up the use of their bodies. They gave up the use of the man for women, and men likewise gave up the use for men doing what is shameful and an abomination to God. My question to you is, yes, this is where the gay community begins to be the gay community. And not only the gay community, but the transgender community as well, the LGBTQ, okay? This is where they begin. When they knew God, they glorified him not as God, but served the creature rather than the creator. Therefore, God gave them over. God gave them over. God gave them over. God gave them over, that's what it says, to a debased mind to do those things that are not fitting. Okay? And they likewise change the use of the opposite sex for the same sex, both men and women. But the problem with that is there are more homosexuals and more LGBTQ people in general than these random people who, when they knew God, they glorified him not as God. A lot of these people that are gay are growing up in the church. A lot of these people that are gay are coming from good fathers and good mothers. You know, it's not like it used to be back in the day. You could trace every gay person to a deadbeat dad or a deadbeat mother, or the mother and father being out of their life, you know, or you could trace them back to rape and abuse. But today, people are just, for any old run-of-the-mill reason, deciding that, number one, why don't they try the same sex and get off of the opposite sex, since it's so complicated? And then on top of that, they're looking in the mirror and they're saying, "Oh, I'm not a man. I'm really a woman." When they don't, you're not a woman, so how do you know what a woman is? And vice versa. You're not a man, so how do you know you're not a woman, so how do you know what a woman is? And you're not a man, so how do you know what a man is? And we like to say, well, it's up. No, it wasn't up to you. You are calling yourself a woman based on the fact that women exist. You're looking at television, you're looking at your mom, your sister, you're looking at people at school, you're looking at your teachers and girls at school, you know what I'm saying? And you're saying to yourself, "Oh, I must be a woman." And you're learning how to act like a woman through them. If you were really a woman in a man's body, or whoever, you wouldn't need women to exist for you to call yourself a woman. You would be the first woman. You would call yourself a woman before biological women knows what a woman is. See what I'm saying? But biological women already know they're women, so what's that make you? That makes you make-believing. Because in order for you to say, oh, I'm a woman, how do you know that? Oh, you know that because women exist. If you're really a woman, women would need to exist. Just like women who act like men. Where did you get that from? You got that because men exist. You can't say that you're born this way and you always knew that you were this, but yet you act like somebody else I know. No woman needs to exist for a woman to come up and realize that she's a woman. No man needs to exist. Let me say that again. No woman needs to exist for a man to come up and claim that he's a woman. He wouldn't know he's a woman. But you knew, I'm a woman. How can you say that? Because you weren't born with those parts. You weren't born with those reproductive organs. You weren't born with those kind of hormones. So how can you say that? You can't. You're make-believing as you go along. You can't say that. It'd be different if there were no women. And you as a man come up and you said, oh, I'm trying to figure out what I am, but I know I'm having trouble with who I am. Okay. That might be understandable. But how you say you're a woman when this woman is already a woman? And vice versa, women trying to be men. I saw that picture of Brittany Griner, celebrating MLK Day, Martin Luther King Day. And I'm like, she looks more like a man than most transgender women I've seen. I mean transgender men that I've seen. I mean, she's tall and she's about the size of your average 6.5 foot dude. And I mean, she really looked like a dude in this photo, with her hair in a ponytail and her wearing, jeans and a t-shirt. I mean, she looked like a straight up dude. And it made me think. Here's my question. Everybody's not becoming gay anymore by abuse. Everybody's not coming gay anymore by rape and molestation. Everybody's not coming gay anymore by, being in the occult or something of that nature, to where they have no access to God or access to a church and to be around Christians or anything like that. No, they're around Christians. They're going to church. They believe in God. They're not atheists. A lot of them. There's more atheists. Well, I take that back. More and more atheists are becoming LGBTQ today than anything else. So, and I'm finding out that over half the atheist community is LGBTQ. When you sit them down and find out what they believe in, you find out that they believe that they are whatever they're not. That's what they believe they are. Okay? But there are people who, when they knew God, they glorified him not as God. And so God gave them over. This is why they're gay. This is why they're trans. Okay? But what about their offspring? What about their sons and daughters? If they're not forcing their sons and daughters to be gay, or grooming their sons and daughters to be gay, grooming their sons and daughters to be trans. And I know a lot of parents are grooming their sons and daughters to be trans. If a woman has a boy and she really wanted a girl. She tried to make her boy into a girl by brainwashing her boy and getting this boy to believe that he's hormonally really a girl, you know. And the love of many is waxing so cold, so bad, that's what they're doing. A lot of parents are doing this to their kids. Okay, you wanted a girl, but you got a boy, so you're going to try to make your boy a girl. You had a girl, but you really wanted a boy, so you're trying to make your little girl be a tomboy, and eventually, which girls do anyway. My daughter was, my daughters were tomboys when they were little, and a lot of my cousins were tomboys, I think every girl, well, not every girl, but a lot of girls, over half the population of girls, when they're young like that, they have a tendency to be tomboys. And over half the population of boys have done girly things as a child. Like, me and my cousins, growing up in my grandmother's house around all these women, we was wearing wigs and putting on makeup and all that stuff. I'm surprised that I'm not part of this community. And one day my cousin preached to me. She put the foot down on me. She said, enough is enough. You ain't no goddamn woman. Take that wig off, take that makeup off, and act like a man. You ain't getting any younger. And then she scolded me. It hurt. It stung. But she was right, though. Because when my younger cousin, who got me to doing this in the first place, because it's something he wanted to do, when we were getting so much attention, I just loved the attention. We were getting so much attention for doing it, I kept doing it. I was like, ain't you want to put on your wig and your makeup today? And he was like, no, man, I'm gonna watch some. I'm gonna watch some TV. I ain't trying to go down there and show off and dance in front of them and act funny. And I put it on. I'm like, come on, man, you want to wear this wig. You want to put on the lipstick. Come on, hey, let's have some fun. And my cousin said, D-Roy, you ain't getting any younger. Just stop. You ain't no goddamn woman. You a man. You growing into a man. You ain't no sissy. Wipe that lipstick off your lips and get rid of that wig, okay? And act like a man. And it hurt it. It stung. But it's the biggest beat down verbally I've ever received, because it changed me. Because if it wasn't for her, I probably would have felt like, I probably either would have took it further. Who knows? I don't know. I might have took it further if it wasn't for her. Or I would be going around with this feeling like, what's wrong with a man wanting to be a woman? I did it over half my childhood. What's wrong with it? There's nothing wrong with that. Whether you just having fun or whether you really feel that way, what's wrong? You want to be a woman, be a woman. I would have felt that way. But my question to you in closing is this, Christians. My question to you is this. Do you feel, since there are more gays, like 1 out of every 10 people is popping up gay? One out of every 10 people, the other one, well, I'll put it like this: 2 out of every 10 people are going LGBTQ. They're either gay or trans or both. So I say 2 out of 10 out of every, let's say 12 people, because the transgender community is almost going on more than the gay community, which automatically makes you gay, because if you're a guy who thinks you're a woman, then obviously you're attracted to men. Okay, that's the big part. That's the biggest part of being a woman, is being attracted to men. Okay, so now you're gay. You're not only trans, you're gay. A lot of trans women think that they're not gay. You're gay. You got a hot dog between your legs, just like your lover has a hot dog between his legs, you're gay. And even if you had it cut it off, even if you had it cut off, a real woman don't have to have that cut off. Stay tuned for my video about the hermaphrodite or hermaphrodite. I have a video I'm gonna do on the hermaphrodite. Hermaphrodite. I'm gonna do a video on it because I took some time to study it, because all these, whenever these trans people are dealt with by the street preacher, they always say, have you ever heard of a hermaphrodite? And I read up on it, and I found out that the first trans people were hermaphrodites. They actually were born with both parts. And I used to think both parts meant, a penis and breasts. I didn't know, that it was the other, it was, reproductive organs with but I found out there are two, and I'm gonna save it for the video, but there are two types of hermaphrodites. You're busted. This is what I discovered. There are two types of hermaphrodites. One's a male, one's a female. There's no in between, and there's no two. Okay? And from what I'm reading, the doctors already know. Now, they might change it nowadays because of the LGBTQ community and say that nobody knows. But they knew back then. Back when these hermaphrodites were first coming out and they were begging to be what they are biologically supposed to be. The doctors knew whether they were men or women, whether they were male or females. They knew. They knew which part of which organ did not belong. They knew it. It wasn't like, oh, they were both male and female. They were never both male and female. They were either one or the other with both parts. But they were either a male or a female. So once you accept that you are either a male or a female, then you know what part needs to be removed. You know what kind of surgery you need to have. Now, what was sad about it is that just because you are biologically a female, that didn't mean that you could get pregnant if they remove and put you, because you're still a hermaphrodite, even if they put you, if they cut you and sew you up and put you the way you're supposed to be. That being a hermaphrodite, it was like a disease. It was a disorder. It was a chemical imbalance, a medical condition. Being trans ain't a medical condition, sweetheart. It's not. It's just gay people wanting to go a step further and think that they can compete with biological males and females. And it's, but here's the question. And I'm seriously closing. Do you think, as a Christian, do you think that because of the time we're living in and how things have, because of the way so many people, it's almost like 2 out of every 10 people are becoming LGBTQ today. Whether that means trans or gay or both, usually both, okay? Because if you think if you're a man who thinks you're a woman, then you're going to sleep with men. It's still gay. If you're a woman who thinks you're a man, okay, if you're a woman who thinks she's a man, you're going to sleep with women. It's still gay. It doesn't matter what kind of surgery you have and where they got your hormones from, which I think is the most dangerous thing that's ever happened to medical science, is taking hormones from another animal or a human and giving them to somebody and planting them into somebody's body, whether male or female. And you look at the animals, what they did to the animals, is horrendous. What has happened? The animals are handling this worse than the humans are. But anyway, do you think that gay people can help being gay? And I've met people that are really, really gay, and I've met people that are bisexual. Okay? And I've met people who were in a situation, whether they were in prison, and so they experienced, they were in a gay situation because they were in prison, or they were in a place where there was a shortage of women, but there was more gay people around or more trans women around, so they practiced being gay because of the situations that they grew up in. But deep down inside, they love women. And I've met men who told me, yeah, I'm gay, but I love women. Well, then you're not gay then. You had some experiences that were gay. That doesn't make you really gay. If you're gay, then you're gay for life. If you're gay, then you cannot help being attracted to the same sex. If you're truly gay. And it's not, oh, Monday I'm attracted to the same sex, and then Tuesday I'm attracted to the opposite sex. That's bisexuality, and bisexuality is just being a hoe, being a whore. Okay? It's not a class. We put the B in LGBTQ. I agree with gay people on that. Like, bisexual is just being nasty. Basically, you're a heterosexual person that's trying to enjoy both sides. You're trying to enjoy LGBTQ as if it was something spectacular. And you're also heterosexual because you want to keep your status, and you want to be known as a alpha male, so to speak. But so you want to play both sides. But can gay people really help being gay? Or did they choose to be gay? Like, if you are attracted to the same sex, are you attracted to the same sex the way heterosexuals are attracted to the opposite sex? Let me say that again. If you're really attracted to the same sex, are you attracted to the same sex exactly the way heterosexuals are attracted to the opposite sex? Because today, just this morning, I seen a dude that I sworn was straight up gay rap into a woman. He acts gay. I don't know if she's bisexual and she's seducing him, or if he is playing both sides, or if he is not 100% gay, maybe he's bisexual. Which, that's nasty. That's nastier than being gay. But if you're really gay, what would happen if you didn't have a right to be gay? What would you do if you didn't have a right to be gay? I don't know. Some people, if I was gay and I was living in Africa, I wouldn't be gay. Okay? And if I was gay and I waited till, I done been married with children and got all these heterosexual friends and all like that, to be gay, I wouldn't be gay. because that's a mess. That's just horrendous. That's crazy. You're gonna be you thought it was hard when you was, really gay. But when you wait that long, like Ray Boltz, and then decide to blast everybody like that, what happened to Ray Boltz? Oh, they don't want him in the media anymore. They won't even talk about him. Secular or Christian, they won't talk about him. Because he waited till he's like my age to come out of the closet. What? Okay. I think he was older than me when he came out of the closet. My God. But, and then if you, what was the other one I mentioned? But if you're really, really, really gay, because see, the way I'm looking at it is there's all these different things that happen in the world. Like I've had the choice of doing a lot of things in my lifetime. And it stung as a Christian to say no. But I'm glad I said no. And I believe it ain't no different for homosexuals. Homosexuality is not the strongest addiction. Let me say that again. Homosexuality, I don't believe, is the strongest addiction. You can say no to homosexuality if you feel that you should say no. If you feel that it's not right, if you want to please God, you can say no. It's not a matter of bringing homosexuality into the church and making the church bow to it. It's you leaving homosexuality and having homosexuality bow to your subjection to Christ. I personally believe that if somebody is born again, if they really, really meet the Lord, gay just walks out the door and don't even let you know he's leaving. You don't even have to even claim that you're not gay anymore, because if you're really, really, really born again and God's Spirit touches you, that whole gay stuff just walks out of the door and you didn't even have to discuss it. It's just gone. And you automatically feel like, oh, if I'm going to fall in love, it'd be a woman. But you was gay, so now it's like you're not really worried about pursuing women, but you know that if you fall in love and you're going to be married to somebody, it's going to be a woman. And even though sometimes you struggle with that attraction to the same sex, you've been born again, so you know that you're counting that as rubbish that you might do what pleases God, okay? But, again, do you feel, Christians, I'm talking to Christians, if you're watching my channel, and I know there's a couple of you at least that are, do you feel that it's different? Could it possibly be different today than it was yesterday? Because yesterday, it was people that rejected God, that rejected their parents, that rejected, like the scripture goes on and say, if Romans chapter 1, it continues to say, these people did all these things. And part of that, in the middle of this pickle, they turned out to be gay and lesbian. But today, people are growing up, and in my opinion, all the influences around them are gay influences. I could be wrong, that's why I'm asking you. Today, but another part of me feels like men are growing up today in their single parent families, especially by these women, and they feel that somebody has to bow to a man, and mom's not doing it, so they feel that they should do it. he feels that he should do it. Because he doesn't have both parents there or something, or mom loves him more than dad. So, and I know a kid that was like that. He started off good when he was this small, but then when he got to about, 10th grade or 8th grade, he started acting like that. And one of the reasons why is because he never met his real dad. And his mom's boyfriend was afraid of him. He didn't want to go near this boy. And the more he tried to stay away from the boy, the more the boy was like this. Okay? So he answered the door. How you doing, Mr. Cruz? No, he's not here. Well, you going to give him a ride somewhere? Well, he's not here. You want to speak to my mother? But anyway, I do that good. Hey, Mr. D-Roy. You want to speak to my mother? Well, all we have to drink, Mr. Cruz, Mr. D-Roy, is Sprite, and I can make you a cup of coffee if you want. Okay, you're not staying over that long. Okay. Mom! I need to quit. I feel violated. I feel queer. I need to stop that. I see how people get into this mess. Do this. Do this for about an hour. I guarantee you'll be doing some things you never thought you was going. Do this for about an hour. Look at yourself in the mirror doing this for about an hour. Hey, Mister. Hey, what you doing, girl? Let me tell you something, honey. Girl. Oh, stop. Oh, stop. Oh, Lord. I gotta stop doing videos, man. I gotta stop doing videos. Oh, Lord. I'm tired, man. I've been working midnight. It just makes you. The stuff you do when you get tired, man. It's just like, I don't know what to say, so. Go ahead, Miss Thing. Oh, Lord. Social media is a bad thing for you. Maybe they're becoming gay because of too much social media. You go to doing this, and people give you compliments for it. I don't know. But anyway, sometimes I wonder. And that's what I'm going to title this video. Sometimes I wonder if the people that are inviting gay people to be leaders in their churches have discovered something about some gay people. Wouldn't be the whole LGBTQ community. That's another thing. That's what makes me know for sure. It's not even the Bible so much. But that's what makes me so sure that you're wrong for being a minister and being a gay minister. Why? Because if you are gay and you become a Christian, there has to be some spiritual transformation. If God did not transform you to come out of that LGBTQ community, He definitely transformed you. Well, I take that back. If God did not transform you away from being gay, He definitely transformed you to come out of that LGBTQ community. You can't be an activist for the community and be a gay Christian at the same time, any more than you can be gay and be a Christian at the same time. But most of these people that go into churches and claim that, a gay priest, a gay pastor, bishop, whatever, gay Sunday school teacher, or whatever, you're bringing I'm part of the LGBTQ community. How's that possible? You can't be gay without the LGBTQ community? See, I answered my own question. You're bringing a religion into a religion, or to dominate a religion. I just answered my question. Because all the people, whether they were Catholics or Pentecostals or emergent people or whatever they were, when they said that they were, yes, I'm a gay pastor, I'm a gay bishop or whatever, they also mentioned the LGBTQ community as if they brought the LGBTQ community with them. And you can't do that. I just answered my own question. I can stop the video now, because if you're really God's gay person, if you're gay for Jesus or lesbian for Jesus, you don't need the LGBTQ community. What they're doing, all of them can't be saved. All of them ain't confessing Christ. How are you going to bring them into it? I watched a minister not too long ago who claimed that she was, gay for Christ. And she went to talking about the LGBTQ community, and I'm thinking, okay, all of them ain't gay for Christ. Even if you felt that you could be gay for Christ in the first place, all of them cannot be gay for Christ. Some of them are atheists. So why are you supporting that garbage? You can't support atheism and support being a Christian at the same time. So it's not good enough for us to accept you, ma'am or sir. We have to accept this whole community. I just answered my own question. We have to accept the culture, which you should be leaving that culture and having a culture that you find in Christ. We got to accept your culture, your old culture, that is. All things have become new. That's supposed to be your old culture. We got to accept your old culture. And we have to label on top of your newfound religion or your newfound faith, we have to label LGBTQ on top of it. We have to stamp it with the approval of the LGBTQ community. So I just answered my own question. No. Nobody can really claim to be a Christian and be gay at the same time, even if they became gay later, when we have went further and further into a fallen state. We're in a fallen state right now. The question is, now that we're in something, because some people have really rejected God and have done other things wrong that were satanically, spiritually evil. And this is why they're gay, according to Romans, the 1st chapter. But then other people have come out of the closet who were really good people, and we all loved them, and we miss them, and we don't understand what happened, like Ray Boltz. Ray Boltz was my man. What happened, Ray? I knew you had long hair going down your back, but I didn't know that eventually that was going to turn into you coming out of the closet. Ray Boltz was my man. I had all his records. He did the right thing, though. He's not like these people who say, oh, I'm coming out of the closet, so I'm bringing LGBTQism into the church. He didn't do that. He just disappeared. Because he knows the church ain't going to settle for that. And he knows that it doesn't belong in the church. So he stopped everything. He stopped singing. He stopped everything. He just disappeared. I'm going to say one more time. Do you think, Christians, I'm talking to you, leave something in the comment section and let me know. Do you believe that, I don't, especially after I just corrected myself, do you believe that people can, do you believe that anybody is gay and it's not their fault? That's the question. Is there anybody gay and it's not their fault? They can't help it because they didn't do this. They've always believed in God. They've always wanted to be a Christian. They've always wanted to they've always wanted to be heterosexual. They've always wanted to do the right thing. But they couldn't help being gay, and it's got nothing to do with their mama, the daddy, or gay people around them, or abuse around them, child molestation, grooming children to be something they shouldn't be. They just simply grew up, and as they got older, they realized they have this passion, this sexual, romantic passion for the same sex. Is that the truth? Or is it just like the trans people? You learn how to be gay because you're looking at other people being gay. And you're looking at your mama being gay, your sister being gay. You're growing up in a lesbian family or in a gay family. Or you growing up around all these trans people. Which is it? Is anybody really, really, really gay? Is anybody really, really gay to begin with? Do you think that God is compromising today because he realized that the punishment he had for other people, like their parents or their grandparents or other people in their culture, they got hit in the crossfire with this whole gay thing? And they just happen to, and what if they are in it because that's all that they know? That's all that's around them. Nobody's a good specimen of a heterosexual lifestyle that's good. So there's two ways it's not their fault that if they're gay. First of all, they don't know any better. Second of all, you can't talk about heterosexuality and have everything in heterosexuality divorced. That's probably why my youngest daughter's gay, because of me and her mom's divorce. Okay? I think she was groomed by some of her older friends coming up in school, and she said something in her diary about a teacher that I like to go slap in the face. If she was a dude, I'd kick his butt. But sounded like one of her teachers was grooming her because she had a crush on her or something. If he was a dude, he'd probably be dead. I'd be in jail. But can we justify gay people? Can we separate one classification of gay people from another, or are they all LGBTQ? See, if one of them's Christian, and they're really honestly on Judgment Day found as Christians, they're not part of no LGBTQ community. That I do know. I don't even need a Bible to tell me that. I know they're not. Because you can't have all these different political groups, including atheists and every other religion in the LGBTQ community, and then say that, oh, you can be Christian and be LGBTQ. That's like saying you can be Muslim and be a Christian. You can be a Satanist and be a Christian. You can't have it both ways. But would God ever, even for this generation, these little ones that are coming up right now, in families where I know ain't nobody gay, but they coming out of the closet. I don't know if it's because they watch too much news or if it's some kind of spirit around them that's getting a hold of them. That's what I believe it is. I believe that it's more than just, it started off with rebellious people bringing abomination before the Lord, and they became an abomination unto the Lord. But now I believe it's the spirit of abomination attacking all by himself, just legions of demons by themselves, just attacking our families, attacking our churches if we let them, you know what I'm saying? And it's their time. It's time for the corrupted people to stand up, okay, and take their rightful place in hell. That day is either here or it's coming, okay? But what do you think? Do you think that some people really love the Lord while they're gay? Do you think that there's people out there that there's nothing they can do to stop gayness? They would, like I say, they would have to actually be sexless for the rest of their life in order to say that they won't do gay because in the name of Christ. They'll never ever be gay. Would that mean that they have to be single for the rest of their life? I mean, that's what I preach. But if you have to be single for the rest of your life because you can't, you know, that's bad, you know. Talk to me, Christians. I know most of my people that watch my channel are haters, and you want to come in here and blast your libido in here. I could give a rat's A about your libido, okay? I want to talk to Christians. That's what this channel is for. When I talk to Christians, I want Christians to let me know what they think about this issue, because some people are old school gay and some people are new school gay. And I'm really concerned about these new school people because everybody ain't an abomination until they became gay. Then they became an abomination. But what made them gay? Everybody's not gay because they've been molested or because they grew up in a gay family or they grew up in, you know, in an abusive family. Some people grew up in the church. Some people got good mothers and good fathers that raised them right and loved them to death. And they still come out of the closet as gay. Is God justifying any of this? Let me know. I don't believe he is. And wherever I'm planted on the ground, it never will be, as if I can help it. But I want to know what you think. God bless you. I am D-Roy Cruz. I am your life applications officer. Thank you for watching. God bless you. Talk to you soon with more. I promise you, I'll do a part 2 of that video that I did yesterday. I'll probably do that tonight or tomorrow morning. And you that are coming here from Area 1, yeah, I see you. I see you. You that are coming here from Area 1, I promise you that I have one more video I have to do on Area 1 before I get into 10 myths about Christianity. That's already written. I don't have to think about it. I just open up my word and life study and boom, speak it out. There's the video. It ain't a whole bunch of writing I got to do or thinking about it or anything. It's right there in this little family Bible that I have, along with a bunch of other stuff that I need to address you about. So I will talk to you soon with more. Thank you for watching.